Videos are very unique. I don't make my videos for the world. If the world sees it, good luck, no problem. I don't make an effort on my videos. Look, I'm sitting in my car on my way to work. I do not make videos to be an influencer. I do not make videos for any monetary value from YouTube. In fact, my videos are not monetized. So if you do see an ad here and there, that's not me. I do not put ads on my videos, right? That's YouTube. My videos have never been monetized. So think about that, right? I'm not interested in making any money or creating any becoming an influencer or creating a cult or whatever, right? I'm not interested, never been, never will. I will always speak my mind, speak from my heart, right? And for my specific small community that I've started this YouTube channel with. They are my first and foremost priority. You know, once the coin has launched, or token has been launched, right? And of course you have to call it a token. Yes, somebody said to me, it's not Hex coin. You're right, it's not Hex coin, it's Hex token, right? It's an ERC20 token. Right, you're right, it's an ERC20 token. All right guys, welcome back. Another drive time video today. Yesterday one of our members on Discord mentioned something about Solana. Basically he posted a video from another channel talking about Solana and how the particular person on that YouTube channel was really super bullish on Solana. And I have to be honest, I've watched the video and the points he made 100% correct. You know, Solana has been doing a lot of work during this entire bear market, which is a good thing because a lot of people wait for these kind of things. They wait for a bull market so they can pump the news and whatnot and pump the coins. But Solana just basically went on with it. Its developer community is strong. Its holders are strong. You know, hodlers are strong, right? And of course, its fee structure, the revenue structure. So Solana is sustainable. Solana's making money. They're making profits, right? So all of these come back to, you know, is Solana going to be successful? Absolutely. And of course, Solana had a bit of negativity with SBF and FTX and whatnot, right? Don't want to even talk about them. But that's now out of the way, right? I think that's gone. They've kind of cleaned their slate and they're doing it all over again. And this time it should be a lot better. How much is the growth? I don't know. I mean, he's kind of pushing towards 15x. I wouldn't really go as high as that. For me, I'm very modest in how I pursue things. I'm more one of those like, okay, can I make 1x, right? Or 2x my money, right? If I can 1x my money, that's 100% more. That's a decent amount, right? I double my money. What would I do then? I would take my initial investment out. And then if it does a 20x, I don't care. Do you know what I mean? So that's the whole idea. I don't look for those ultra bullish, super hyper inflated numbers because, you know, look, let's be real with ourselves, right? Let's get our initial back before we think of anything else. So Solana could easily come back, and the points he made about the development and all sorts of other upgrades they've been doing, absolutely fantastic. I don't see much of an issue. Of course, a few weeks back we made, I think about 3 weeks back, we made a video and I mentioned about 18 days or 18 months. Our 18 days is about to complete tomorrow night, actually, midnight in the UK, when the clocks reset for the weekly candle close. And I mentioned something about like how the monthly close is technically, obviously last month, right? We had the monthly close, but the first actual candle to close is going to be on Sunday, because last month when the candle closed, it wasn't on a weekend. So this is why I said this one's going to be more significant than the monthly close. So that's happening now. It's going to happen on Sunday, and we're going to find out whether we're going to be bullish or bearish. And I'm talking about BTC, by the way, so just in case you get confused, BTC. Of course, BTC is going to lead the market. The cycle has to be led by BTC, Ethereum, and the top, you know, we're going to say top tier coins, right? The blue chip coins. And Solana, of course, is one of those blue chip coins as well. So it should be very interesting to see what they do. You know, this Sunday we're going to find out. I've got a feeling that we've had our lows. We might start seeing some positive pushes upwards, but of course we've got to break that 31k mark, the new local high that we created, in order for us to push past and go to the 37k. Once that happens, I think, you know, people will understand, because there's a lot of people still on the sidelines. Believe it or not, a lot of people are still on the sidelines, waiting, you know, for the market to dip down lower. And it's like, you've got to really understand, like, what people are waiting for is like a 15k, 20k, 25k. Now, let me explain this to you. When you're talking about a coin that is thousands of dollars worth, the percentage is minuscule, right? you know, from 30K, you want it to go down to 25K. That's 15%. That's not really much. You're not really getting that big dips. The big dips already came. We already did our 85, 90% dip already. So you have to understand where we were and where we're going now. And of course, if you remember from the market bottom, which was 15,800, when we were back up to 31K, for example, that was close to 90%, 90, 95%, right? So that was like 100% money back. People got to understand these numbers, right? Because numbers really make the difference. And of course, when we're talking about going back to Solana, you will see the significant difference. Of course, another difference I want to say is Solana went down to $20. I'm sorry, $10, and it's now back above $20. So that's already done 100%, right? Plus more. So you got to understand these numbers. That don't expect these lower lows anymore, because the probability of them coming is really not there anymore, right? Yes, you might get 10-15%, but if you're not ready for it, if you haven't deployed your cash, whatever, to buy, you've got an issue, right? These things have to be put in place so you can grab it, snap it up as soon as possible. So good luck to all of you if you are still waiting and you think you're going to get a bottom, because this one candle, a weekly close candle, will determine whether we go to the 25, 26K, or we shoot towards the 31K and then try the 37K. 37K is a very important number. As I said, it's like the 50% mark, right? So it's going to, as soon as we go there, it's going to be above the 50% mark of the previous high, and that's going to immediately trigger everybody to be super ultra bullish. So just watch out for that when that does happen. It's going to be very, very interesting. Give me a second. So that's that, right? Now, I want to talk a little bit about Richard Hart, right? Of course, I made a video the other day, and I've had a few people come in the comments and talking about, you know, how I should have done more research and this and that. Guys, to be honest with you, right? What you got to understand is I'm not dissing Hex Coin, right? In fact, if you actually decided to watch to the end, if you really made an effort to watch to the end, you would have noticed that I said I don't follow the coin, right? Or the founder. I don't follow the coin or the founder since he mentioned Pulse Chain, right? Let me explain this to you as well. What he done for Hex Coin was fine, right? He wants to do Hex Coin, he wants to diss BTC all of a sudden. No, so this guy was a BTC ultra super fan, went to all the BTC conferences, and all of a sudden flipped, switched over, and then he said, I'm going to launch Hex Coin, I'm going to do XYZ, I'm going to do it better, I'm going to do it. And he did it, right? So this is what I'm saying. He did what he said he was going to do. That's fine by me. Even if he, you know, he played with the liquidity, he pumped and dumped and done whatever to bring the price up. That's a good thing. I don't see that as a bad thing. I've said that from day one. In fact, I've got old videos of me talking about this. I'm like, well, why not? Right? If he's making you money, what's wrong with that? So I've always been kind of like not 100% supportive of that. Obviously, it's immoral, but I've supported it because I understand what it leads to. It wasn't harmful to anybody. You know, once the coin has launched, or token has been launched, right? And of course you have to call it a token. Yes, somebody said to me, it's not Hex Coin. You're right, it's not Hex Coin, it's Hex Token, right? It's an ERC20 token, right? You're right, it's an ERC20 token. Again, I'm just going back to the comments, right? I've replied back. So yes, it's not a coin because it's not on blockchain. Pulse Chain will be a coin. This one's a ERC20 token. Another member, another follower of Hex Coin came about, and you know, they were being super bullish, and they were like, well, on the comments, right? They were saying how they will follow anything Richard Hart does. Great, and I understand that. And they even mentioned specifically, they said they are part of the cult. Great, that's not a problem, right? Again, I'm not trying to create any offense, but yeah, I'm not trying to defend myself as well. If I think you're a cult, you're a cult, full stop, right? That's my personal opinion. You have your opinions, I have my opinions, right? And of course, when you say I'm going to invest in anything Richard Hart does, it kind of proves you are a cult, right? So that's fine by me, not a problem. But you've specifically mentioned certain things, right? Where you said, look, the gas fees was high when people were getting their rewards. Someone got shafted and they had 50% of their rewards cut. Yeah. That's a problem we face, right? That's a problem we face. That's the Ethereum network fees, right? And if Pulse Coin wasn't designed properly, then it would happen. Of course, other people in the comments, they decide to defer. They say, well, Hex Coin works perfectly. Again, not a problem. It's an ERC20 token. It works as it's intended, full stop, right? But in the background, if it's taking more gas fees and whatnot, that's something you can't control. And if that's the excuse to create an a Pulse chain, by all means. My argument is, you had Hexcoin, you had a supportive community, and if you had issues and you had problems, the first thing you should have done is fix those problems. In fact, launch a blockchain of that. Launch a Hex blockchain. You don't need to take funds and this and that. And then somebody also, like the same person, one of the persons mentioned on the comment how because of the Hex problems, they want to launch the Pulse chain, and they're going to be giving a 1-to-1 ratio reward. So you're going to be getting free Pulse chain. Well, how's that going to impact the entire market? Because there are people I know who have locked their Hex coin for 5 years. They've locked their Hex coin for 5 years. So are they also going to be getting it? How do they go and participate in Pulse chain? And of course, if everyone's protecting Pulse chain, it's all great. But Pulse chain also accepted Ethereum and BTC or other forms of currencies as well. So it wasn't just, so are they going to be giving you one BTC for a BTC? No. You might get your Hex coin replaced, but the people that actually paid with BTC and Ethereum, they're going to receive the new Pulse chain. They're not going to receive 4 Hex and this and that. So you've got to really understand, yes, there are some people who are going to get it, but not everybody. Look at the bigger picture. Open your eyes. Look at the bigger picture. Don't just focus on one thing. If, as I said, if Pulse coin makes me money, of course I'm all in it. Am I going to buy it? Yes, I am. So am I saying anything bad about it? No. Why? Because I believe that Pulse chain, when it launches, enough hype about it, enough news about it, it's got the attention, right? Even the negative news, even now I'm talking about it, it's getting attention. People in my group may have not known about it, but now they're getting attention. Think about that, right? So ultimately, all news is good news, right? There is no such thing as a bad news or whatever. Any free media you can get is good news. So that's good news for you, right? So, but you've got to understand the bigger implications, right? Pulse chain comes out, or you know, whatever the total supply was, is it the same the Hex coin total supply, is it the same in Pulse chain? Okay, if it is, not a problem. That means every Hex coin will be 1-to-1 done. Fine, by all means. But then there's a problem. He's accepted Ethereum and BTC and USDC and USDT and whatnot and all sorts of other stuff, right? So when you do that, how do you justify that? Now you obviously have more coins, or you will have a bigger, higher market cap. So when you have a higher market cap, say for example, you had 10 billion Hex coins and now you have 100 billion Pulse chain, your Hex coin is worth 10 times less. Think about it. Unless it's manipulated in some form or another to maintain the price. Again, fine, the price is maintained, right? But look at the dilution. So look at the bigger picture. Just don't be bullish about it. Look, I'm freaking bullish about BTC, right? But I've also mentioned so many times, yes, I'm in it for the money, full stop. Right? I'm being realistic here. I'm in it for the money, as everyone else is. Doesn't matter how super bullish you are, how supportive you are. Ultimately, everybody's in it for the money. If BTC didn't make people money, believe me, everyone would drop it. They'll drop it. It's gone. That's it. Like, you know, some old clothes there. You know, let's recycle, get something else. That's what would happen. But that hasn't happened. So think about that. Right? So when you look at that kind of a situation, you got to understand that, hold on, you know, yes, we can be super supportive, super bullish about something, right? Or especially supportive. Like here's a good one, right? When somebody launches a project, we want to support that project because we trust in that person, we believe in that person, we believe in the project. Absolutely fine. That is us dedicating our funds and whatnot, like a Kickstarter, something like this, right? Where we're giving the money to support the project to build it out. Of course, we will probably get something, we'll get some sort of a compensation, which is fine, right? So we do that like a Kickstarter. That's all it is, right? And I've talked about it regarding my own coin where, you know, I want to give it away for free, but I also want people to come and provide liquidity, right? And that's something completely free. I'm not going to pay you anything. You know, you're not going to get anything, but you give us liquidity, you'll be compensated. So there's a way things get done, right? That's called support. But if the coin isn't making money, if you're not making money, that's it. I'm out, right? I'll move on to the next one. Remember, there's a million tokens out there. So when you've got a whole token system there, why? Right? Anyway, I don't want to go too deep into this. As I said, I'm not having a go at anyone, and I hope people appreciate my opinions, right? I'm just trying to open your mind and say, look, guys, understand, there's a bigger picture. Am I going to buy? Yes, I am. But what do I think of it? This is what I think of it. I think Richard Hart had no reason, no need to create a separate cryptocurrency, all right? To, you know, a separate blockchain. He could have stuck with his brand, and that was great for him. That brand was great for him. He could have stuck with Hex, right? And stuck with it, that, you know, and build a blockchain and branch out of that, and build more utility, whatnot. But going straight to a blockchain, a whole new blockchain, and then promising I'm going to give, according to the comments, right? Again, I'm not doing any research because I don't want to do a research. haven't got the time in the day to spend for basically researching this stuff. I don't care. None of this is, you know, that bothers me. I've already invested money in Hexcoin. I've already made my money in Hexcoin, and I've already got out of Hexcoin, right? I have some loose change lying around. Leave it there. I'm not bothered about that. That's the Hexcoin I hold, right? Everything else, I've moved on already. So think about it. I've already done my part. I've already moved on. Now, if Pulse Chain comes out, if I see it's going to be, you know, positive, it's going to make me money, I'll happily buy some. So think about it. I'm being strategical here, because it's not all about like, oh, that's it. No, don't do that. Don't support anyone, because I've seen a lot of people get burned, right? There's so many projects out there released by influencers. I mean, come on, let's give you the biggest one. Logan Paul, come on, guys. Everybody knows Logan Paul's story. Logan Paul. How many people has he shafted? Come on, think about it, right? So just understand this. And I'm not saying Richard Hart is similar to Logan Paul. Logan Paul's a freaking scammer. But the point is that's how you get done when you start following a person, not the project. You've got to see what the project is. What value is the project giving you? You know? What value is the project giving? That's what's important. Not, you know, oh, we're going to go and now we're going to give our Ethereum, give our BTC to this particular wallet. And no, so that's what I'm saying. You've got to understand all of this. So enough of Hexcoin, enough of Richard Hart. I hope you guys understand this. Now I want to talk a little bit about paradexes. So next few weeks to next few months, I would say keep an eye out. I am planning to publish some dates, right? Hopefully publish some dates if things go well. So a lot of the community members, in fact, one specific community member and his team have come along, and they're kind of helping me push forward the paradexes project, basically, because we've had loads of dramas. I've had loads of dramas, problems here, problems there, loss of money, loss of funds, you name it. So many different things have happened, so many attempts at basically making this thing a reality. But one thing we've never done is launch, right? Never launch, because unless it's perfect, unless every box is ticked, we don't want to launch it. So now we've come together and we've come up with a strategy, come up with all the plans, and everything makes sense. So we're like, okay, we're going to go forward with it. So we want to publish a date. When we do publish a date, that date will allow people to do one of two things. One, you can go and claim your, so there'll be like a couple of dates. One would be to claim your free coins. So anybody, everywhere, anywhere in the world, as long as you have a ERC20 compatible, I would ideally recommend MetaMask or something like this similar, right? Or maybe Trust Wallet or something like this, right? Where you can plug in the smart contract to get your token ID and this and that. I recommend that. Get your wallet, doesn't matter where you are, decentralized. You don't need any fees or anything in there. We will pay for all of those. I will pay for those fees for you to receive your coins, right? So don't worry about those. And you're gonna get free coins. So I'll be spending the money on that one. That's that. And then we also have another date for liquidity providers. Now liquidity providers is quite unique, basically. So because we're giving this coin out for free, we're asking liquidity providers to go and provide liquidity and generate value. So more like a liquidity generation event, right? You do that, right? So someone was asking me, it's like, what price? I said, no price, I'm giving it for free. He's like, what do you mean? I said, well, the liquidity providers will decide what the price is. So there's two ways of doing this, right? One, we set the price and we say that's how much how many tokens you get for XYZ, but that's technically me selling it. So I said, no, we do it differently. We allocate a specific amount of tokens to a pool. Liquidity providers can go and provide liquidity to that pool, right? Depending on how much liquidity is raised, that many token will be distributed equally amongst how much they spent, obviously. And a value would be generated. And of course, people who receive for free, even liquidity providers, they can participate for free as well. So everybody can get free tokens. There's no limitation to who can get it and who cannot. We're not segregating people. Everybody's open to go and claim their free tokens. There's no ifs and buts. Everybody. Liquidity providers, everybody can be a liquidity provider, right? And by doing that, you become the value generator, if that makes sense. So you create a price. Of course, people who have received these tokens, you'll instantly see the value there. So, you know, say for example, you receive 10 coins or 100 coins, whatever coins, how many coins, right? Just for the sake of this video, just say a coin is a cent, right? One penny. Let's just say 1 penny. Well, if you receive 10 coins, that's 10 penny in your wallet, right? For example, just giving a random example. Now, if it's a pound or a dollar, for example, it becomes $1. Well, that's $10 in your wallet that you can go and sell there and there, right? You can go and sell that there and there. We're not blocking any of those things. Of course, liquidity providers, in order to make sure the whole protocol is secure, there will be a lock so that there's no rug pulls or anything. Because whatever happens, I do not want to see anybody pulling out liquidity too soon. So there will be like a vesting schedule, like, okay, just to make sure the system and the protocol, the whole entire project doesn't get shocked from a liquidity pool. There will be a vesting like 3, 6, 9 months, whatever, 12 months, whatever. So it will be released slowly, gradually released, right? So that way it doesn't shock the system, shock the prices or anything like this. And as I said, people who are involved, I've also made another video as well. I know I didn't publicly publish it. That's because there are certain things I've said there that is not for public, right? That's not a public video. That video is for friends and family. So yeah, unless you join my Discord community, you're missing out, right? So that's the private community. So I made a video, I kind of explained certain things there as well. Pretty much the same thing as here. And of course, privately, I have other conversations as well. That's a different story, right? Because listen, I want to make this project successful. So there will be, like, for example, liquidity providers and whatnot. Even we've got we're trying to get some YouTube influencers as well. But again, normally people will pay someone to promote their thing. I'm not paying for any promotion. I'm saying come and test it out. The whole thing is I'm not giving you something, so like showing you a carrot on a stick and saying, well, look, you can come and get this carrot, right? You're not fucking donkey. My idea is very simple. Come, test the protocol, see what it is, all right? See what it's made for, read the white paper. And the white paper is going to be a very simple white paper. So read it. Does it do what it does? You know, and we're going to give it enough time. Do you trust me? Right? That's the kind of stuff we're doing, basically. So we're not doing a Logan Paul. We're not doing promises. No, none of this blank stuff, right? We're going to do what we say, and the project is going to deliver what it says, and it's there for everybody to see, right? And you can go and use it from day one. So we're not blocking people from trading, whatnot, and this and that. And of course, if people want to support and take this, if you know how, right? I mean, I know how, but that means I've got to get involved. But I'm trying to keep myself out of this as much as possible, and hopefully launch it on an exchange and this and that as well. And believe me, exchange launching costs money. Exchanges was money. Like, let's put it this way. CoinMarketCap, to put it there, costs money. CoinGecko, to put it there, costs money. CoinPaprika, to put it there, costs money. Now, sometimes what happens by luck, if you put it on one, if you pay for one of them, the other one might just say, do you know what, we want that as well, because they just want it. Because if they see it's doing well, they want it. There's so many. They cost money. You just don't go and put a project there for free, right? And then when it comes to centralized exchanges, they also want money from you, right? You know, it could be anything from $10,000 all the way to $100,000, right? They want money off you, full stop. They don't do it for free. That's their business, right? That's how they make money. They don't give a shit about your coin. They don't give a shit about your coin. That's how you pay. So, you know, going back to Hex Coin to be listed on some exchanges would have cost money, and it probably still does cost money. So it depends on which exchange has done it. And of course, sometimes popular coins, they don't cost money because they will say, oh, it's popular, we just want the users to come to us. So they might just add it on. So as long as you get one or two of these like exchanges, there's CoinMarketCaps, whatnot, one or two of them, then the rest usually follow for free anyways. But the initial cost could be anything from 10K to 100K for the exchange, and anything for like a couple of thousand to maybe $7,000-8,000 for the CoinMarketCap. So it depends, right? There's money involved. There's a lot of money involved. To give everybody free coins, there's money involved, right? You know, to make sure there's enough sufficient liquidity for buying and selling and trading on Uniswap or whatever similar like this, again, there's money involved, right? So that's what you have to understand. So we're doing our best. Obviously, I'll make another video and I'll be doing a lot more stuff. In fact, there's a few bits and bobs regarding the protocol that's being created, which is going to be very unique, very unique. That's all I'm going to say. I want to release more information later on, especially after the project has been done, right? Especially after the project has been released, I want to release some more information in what the project does and what utilities the project brings. Of course, there's going to be basic utilities that pretty much, well, I wouldn't say pretty much all all tokens have. No, that's a different story. That we got a few unique utilities, but there are a lot of like exchanges, decentralized exchanges and XYZ, the type of utilities they have, we have those as well. But we also have some different ones as well that hasn't kind of been utilized properly. They do exist, but they just haven't been utilized. So we want to try and do that as well. And of course, I talked about NFT. That's there as well. It's always there, right? The NFTs are always there. But I just got to get around basically building it. And we'll do something with NFTs as well. We'll do something interesting with it. But, you know, again, remember, guys, none of this is about money. Right, I'm not doing this for money. I'm freaking spending my own money. I'm not doing this for money, right? The developer who's going to be working with me, the team, whoever's going to be working with me, right? Pretty much everybody willing to sacrifice, you know, a few Ethereum if they have to in order to provide liquidity. They're saying we'll invest, we'll put, you know, if it takes 10, 15, 20 Ethereum, no problem. We'll lock that down. We'll lock that down because we trust this project. We know this project. We know what you're about. We've known you for many years. We know what you do. You haven't actually ever launched a project, right? Every time you've attempted it, you've pulled back. You said, no, and you've never been never had the intention of making money out of it. You know, the idea is the product needs to work. Whatever we're giving, whatever we're doing, the utility, the use case, whatever the reasons that we're launching it for, it needs to be fulfilled first. Right, and afterwards, if money comes along, that's a different story, right? There will be revenue structures and all sorts, especially for, like, you know, if we do a decentralized exchange and this and that, there will be revenue structures, right? But none of this revenue should impact anybody, you know? So there are methods in place to make sure the project is sustainable. But ultimately, it shouldn't be, we shouldn't be selling to you to make money or take your Ethereum or take your BTC. That shouldn't be the case, and that's never going to be the case, hopefully. You know, I say hopefully because there may be some utilities here and there later on in the project which may require or may take fees in a particular way, depending, especially on the exchange side. Like, you know, when you do the exchange trading volume and this and that might, you know, take a small fee here or there, like 0.001% or something like this, or something ridiculous, right? The point is it's not now. Now you go, you hit a button, you claim, that's it. That's your coin. You want to go on Uniswap? Go, sell it, no problem, right? You want to go and buy some more? Go, buy it, no problem. No one's stopping you, right? So that's going to be the most interesting thing. And of course, I've mentioned about securing the project as well. So you know how some projects come along and they provide 1% liquidity and then the 99% they dump on you? We're not doing that. We're doing a complete opposite, right? We're going to do something completely opposite that hasn't been done yet. No project has done this yet, I can assure you. So we're going to be doing that. That's going to secure the project and the longevity of the project as well, right? And of course, it's going to give a massive valuation to the property project as well. So that's going to be something that you need to look out for. The valuation is going to be insane solely because of how the project is being locked, how the project is being secured, right? And all the vesting schedule and everything, all of those equate to one of the most secure ERC20 tokens you will ever find on the market. That I can assure you. So other than that, guys, I'm not going to say anything else. Like, share, subscribe. I'll catch you on another one very soon. And again, listen, guys, if you're a hex coiner or a hexagon or whatever you want to call it, right? I don't know what the term is, but listen, hex army, I don't know, right? Don't get offended, right? My videos are very unique. I don't make my videos for the world. If the world sees it, good luck, no problem. I don't make an effort on my videos. Look, I'm sitting in my car on my way to work. I do not make videos to be an influencer. I do not make videos for any monetary value from YouTube. In fact, my videos are not monetized. So if you do see an ad here and there, that's not me. I do not put ads on my videos, right? That's YouTube. My videos have never been monetized. So think about that, right? I'm not interested in making any money or creating any becoming an influencer or creating a cult or whatever, right? I'm not interested, never been, never will. I will always speak my mind, speak from my heart, right? And for my specific small community that I've started this YouTube channel with. They are my first and foremost priority, nothing else. I only speak for them. And when they ask me a question, I will give my opinion as I see fit. Right? I'm not going to look for researching and this and that. If I want to research your project, yes, I will research your project, right? But if most of the time, I'm talking from the heart, from my knowledge that I have in the industry. People who research scripts, you know, or write script, research and write scripts. Do you think they have any idea about the market? No. Like, someone's going to go now and research Richard Hart for a week, read everything about him, and then come and read out a script to you. That just says they have absolutely no idea about Richard Hart or people like him or anybody in the industry, right? I've been in this game for so long. I've seen people grow, right? I've seen what they're about. I've seen what they do. I've seen the changes they've had, right? So I'm okay with that. That's my experience. When I'm talking from experience being in the industry, right? Not from a freaking research. And I would never, ever do that, right? So if you expect me to do a research and talk about someone, no, when I'm giving my opinion, I'm giving my freaking opinion. Full stop. You take it or leave it. It's up to you, right? But other than that, like, share, subscribe. I'll catch you on another one very soon. Adios, my amigos.